Hello, thank you for joining me today. This is another video tutorial by Amanda Fowler of inspiringinkin.com. Today's video tutorial is a quick Christmas card using the Joyful Christmas stamp set. This is the card that I'll be sharing with you today. It's very simple but very pretty, and I'm sure people will love to receive this. So I'm going to use the Joyful Christmas stamp set with the large poinsettia and one of the greetings. I'm using real red cardstock and early espresso ink. I'm just going to ink up the poinsettia stamp. Actually, it's probably a little bit easier to take the ink pad to it. Now please don't be shocked at the state of my stamps. Sometimes customers are when I do parties and classes. These stamps are well loved. Well loved stamps need to be inky, in the same sense as your hands need to be inky too. Just make sure you don't get them on your project. So I've inked up the stamp. What I actually want is to make sure that the centre of the poinsettia is far enough in that you can actually see the inner part of the flower. I'm just going to stamp that down, give it a good press. It's quite a large stamp, and lift that off. So we've got a little bit off the edge, but the main section is there. I'm then going to stamp the greeting. This says Joyful Christmas Wishes. Because I want to position this stamp at the bottom of the card, I use my little fingers here to stabilise my hands as I'm stamping down. So I'm just going to pop that there, just like that. Okay, now I'm going to take another piece of real red card and I'm going to stamp the poinsettia again. This time I just want the centre part of the poinsettia. If I bring in the original card to show you, it's actually this part here that I'm actually using. So I'm going to cut that out and just do a quick rough cut to begin with. Now when you're cutting round a shape like this, if you hold your scissors at a 45-degree angle, you will get a much better cut, and turning the cardstock rather than moving your scissors is the best way. You have more control over it. As I'm cutting as well, I'm not actually cutting on the lines. I'm just cutting outside, along the sort of outside edge of them. I just think it looks nicer, and the problem is if you cut on the line and you then cut inside it, you have to start again. So I just leave a little gap, and I hope you can see I've actually gone into the centre of the poinsettia. Just move those out the way so you can see a bit better. I've actually gone into the centre section. Now in order to make the poinsettia 3D, I'm actually bending each petal. So I've got my thumb and finger on the petal and I'm actually bending it upwards. Now you can curve cardstock using scissors, but because these little pieces here are quite narrow, you can end up tearing it. So just hold it in the centre and push the petals up all the way around. I'm just going to put a large rhinestone in the centre for this one, and use a dimensional just to pop that on there like so. So there we have the finished card. Of course you could embellish it with ribbon like I did on the first card that I showed you, but I think even just as it is, I think that's a perfect card to make for the coming Christmas season. Thank you very much for stopping by. I'll see you again soon.